this video, I'm going to teach you skill and art of ignoring. I'm going to teach you that if you want to ignore someone, how can you ignore a person? It's basic human psychology. Any person can tolerate a lot of things. One thing a person cannot tolerate is being ignored. Even a person carrying a big ego will shatter when ignored. To destroy a person completely, to shake them from within, to harass them mentally, there is one simple technique: ignore. That person is right there in front of you, but you have to pretend that you don't even know if they are there. Make them feel that they have no existence. Psychology says a person can tolerate criticism but cannot tolerate ignorance. Because when someone ignores you, it hurts your ego. So what I'm going to teach you today is a psychological weapon. This weapon consists no fight, no argument. You make the other person think about you, so no matter how strong a person show they are, but from inside, they start getting shattered. They will keep thinking, but they will not be able to figure out what wrong have they done. It will force them to think that why are you doing this to them? That why you are making them feel non-existent. But before I start teaching you about this psychological weapon, this dark psychology, I request you to please do not use to hurt someone. Do not use it on other people. It is only for defensive purposes. Learn it, because sometimes when you become too available for a person, you give someone too much attention that they start taking you for granted. That is the time when you can use this psychological weapon. Use this psychological weapon to make them understand your importance. So how do you do that? You start ignoring that person completely. Make yourself busy, occupied in other tasks. Show that you are so busy and you don't even remember that that person is right there in your life. When you will start doing this, remember that the person whom you are ignoring will also be in his or her own ego and show that even they don't care. But from inside, they will start thinking and hoping that now you will come and talk to them. But you are not going to do that. You will stick to your plan and you are going to stay absolutely quiet. No matter what is happening in their lives, no matter that they are in some kind of a situation or a problem, you are not going to make yourself available to them. Just side yourself from their path. Make them, force them to think and wonder that what wrong have they done to you? Why are you behaving in such a manner? If that person has too big an ego, that person is still not going to come to you and ask you directly that what is the issue. If a person is arrogant and has a very big ego, but if you are determined to ignore them, then you are opening a path that person has to take a step and come towards you. Effort will start coming from them automatically. What exactly happens in psychological game? When you ignore a person completely, that person's brain starts getting stressed out and it starts getting messy thoughts. He starts questioning and doubting his own self and gets stuck with his own mind's complexities. He starts questioning himself and keeps giving answers to themselves. This leads to a chain of continuous thoughts. You start to run in his mind continuously 24/7. When you ignore someone, remember you are making that person to get into a fight with his own thoughts. Possible that they don't say anything to you. They don't show their feelings to you. But from inside, they are thinking only about you. When you shout, when you yell at someone, it actually makes you seem weaker and not stronger. When you show aggression towards someone, you are showing your weaknesses. Do you know who is more dangerous, more scary? The one who stays silent. Now imagine that you have understood that the other person is playing games with you, that they are deceiving you or maybe trying to manipulate you. And at that moment, you don't say anything. It does not show your weakness. It shows that you are more dangerous kind of a person. This silence of yours is a technique to break down the other person mentally and emotionally. The day you stop giving attention, the day you stop answering them, the day you start ignoring them, from that very day, an emotional storm starts revolving around that person's mind. That person becomes irritated and frustrated from inside. That person doesn't even have that much guts to come and question you. Remember, the day you stop responding to the tantrums, the day you stop giving them those sweet replies, from that very day onwards, they start becoming weak. Because your replies, your fights, your arguments actually adds fuel to the fire that keeps them warm. Why that person never respected you earlier? Why that person didn't give you much importance? Because earlier you used to keep circling around them. You used to take care of their tantrums, or you would respond to their every action. And your response gives them the satisfaction, keeps them alive and awakened. But when you stop reacting, it gives the signal to the other person that he has done something wrong to you. That something is for sure there that they have not done right. You force them to think so. What breaks them? When you force them to think that it is not always them who is right. They are not the perfectionists. They indeed have done something wrong. This might take a while. This might take a week or so, or a month, or a little more than that. But that person will definitely try their best to finally come and talk to you. And you also remember this one thing, that if someone else is ignoring you, they are not ignoring you. They have been watching you and trying to make you realize that you have done something wrong. They are thinking about you. So now what you have to do? Distance yourself from them. You just have to show from your body language that you don't care anymore if that person is there in your life or not. That their existence doesn't matter to you anymore. You will win. If you have mastered the technique of ignoring them, but if you have not been able to ignore them and you keep responding to their actions, then remember, you have lost. How you identify a person's dark psychology? It is not what they do. It is not what they say. It is when you go silent. That is when your power is visible. So I hope this dark psychology trick helps you in your life and you are able to deal with someone who is vicious, some vicious people around you. And also please watch other videos on my channel to know more about human psychology. Because psychology is everything as we deal with people around us all the time.